Good, good morning. Welcome to the class of Database and Management System. Today I am going to discuss about relational algebra and relational calculus. So before moving into the detail about relational algebra and relational calculus, I am going to discuss about the objective behind the same. What is the objective of learning relational algebra and what is the objective of learning relational calculus? So, what is the objective of learning relational algebra? That is, a set of relational model operations constitute the relational algebra, and these operations enable the user to specify basic retrieval request. As we have discussed earlier about the basic SQL queries. So that was about the retrieval of the data, so that we can process the queries in a manner that database or the data related to that query could be fetched, and the result of the retrieval is the new relation. Obviously it could be a new relation which may have been formed over from one or more two tables. Like if I am going to fetch data from computer science department, if I am talking about our organization, that is Gyan Vihar University, and in that I am particularly talking about computer science department, and in computer science department, if I am going to fetch data about a particular activity, let's say ITech activity, and in order to fetch data about the ITech activity, I need to fetch data about the club, various activities club that are being maintained in the database table of the university. So I am supposed to maintain the relationship between the ITech activity club and the rest of the clubs that is particularly maintained for performing a certain task in the university. So if I am specifically talking about ITech activity, then I must need to refer any kind of data that is related to the ITech activity club, because I will find more detailed information about the activities that are related to ITech in that particular club where the data is centralized. So in this way, I can fetch the data from two tables, that is from the main table and the base table, in order to retrieve a particular record that is being asked by the administrator. So in this way, I am going to maintain the relationship between the two tables. So next is calculus. What is calculus? As the name implies, mathematical formulas will be there that will be applied in order to fetch the details from the database. So what is relational calculus? It is consist of two calculi, that is the tuple relational calculus and the domain relational calculus. Domain is concerned with field that are the part of the relational model for database and provide a declarative way to specify the database queries. So if I am talking about the calculus, then it is more broadened concept about the database management system, and we are supposed to go into the relational database management system in order to understand the basics about the same. So moving forward, I am going to discuss about first what is relational algebra. So what is basically relational algebra? It is the language in which we can ask questions, that is in the form of a query to a database. As I discussed, relational algebra, relation mean to say to define a relationship between two table, to define a simply relationship between a student entity and a teacher entity. So this could be a relationship between two tables. How to define a relationship between student and a teacher table? How what are the various parameters that are required to maintain a relationship between the two parties? So it could be maintained with the help of table, that is okay, but how that data could be fetched? It could be fetched with the help of the relational algebra, mean to say with the help of some basic SQL queries. Now what are those queries? That we generally say in layman language, questions. I am supposed to put question, I am supposed to raise any question because I need certain information out of that database, and in order to retrieve that information from the database, I am supposed to raise a particular query that is related to the database that I am going to fetch details about. So in this manner, it is the language in which we can ask questions, that is query to a database. So second is the relational algebra is a theoretical language with operations that work on one or more relations to define another relation without changing the original relation. Now, what does that mean? It is the theoretical language. Theoretical language mean to say, ignoring the practical concepts, we are concerned about the theoretical language, theoretical queries that are being asked. So we are supposed to generate the queries, and in order to generate the queries with the help of some operations like and or not, where clause will be there, sort clause will be there. So we are supposed to arrange that data in the form of a theoretical language, and we are supposed to perform various operations. And or not, I am taking the basic example, and that and or not will work on one or more two tables or the relations that is being already defined between the two tables, so that we can fetch particular details from those tables without changing the base table. Let's say I am fetching some student details from the table, but that student details could be fetched only by relating two tables, that is teacher and the student. So teacher and student details could be related to each other. So in the end, I am extracting some data, and after the extraction of that data that I am intended to extract, it could not reflect any changes in the originator. Originator mean to say from which the data is being fetched. Obviously, they will remain unchanged. What I am supposed to do with the table that is already being there in the database, and data is being stored in that data table. So I am particularly talking about fetching the data. I am not talking about reflecting the changes or doing some major changes to the tables from where the data is being fetched. So next is, there are many variations of the operation. Variations of the operation mean to say, operation can vary from query to query. Operation can vary from data to data, according to the data that is being stored, according to the query that is being raised. That are included in the relational algebra. Boy's Code. Boy's Code is the name of the author. Boy's Code in 1972 originally proposed 8 operations. We have already studied about the basics of those operations in the previous slides. Originally proposed 8 operations, but several others have been already developed. 8 are basic operations that we must have understanding about in order to proceed with the further operations. Because let's say I am the student of computer science engineering, and computer science, I know today it is a very vast, or I can say deep term in itself, because there are many various subfields of computer science, and I cannot explore all the I cannot have insight to all the fields that are being associated with computer science. It could be security, it could be networking, it could be automation, it could be artificial intelligence, it could be robotics. In addition, many more. A list of 100 could be added to the same, but I cannot have the exposure to all the activities. But I know what are the basic activities, what is AML, what is website creation, what is web designing, what is template, what is robotics, what is artificial intelligence. So basic terms, what is IoT. I know the basic technical terms about the computer science, but I am not having the deep understanding about that 100, or I can say number of fields that are being present in the computer science. I am just having the basic knowledge. So in the similar manner, if one is going to learn about the operations in the database, then there could be 8 basic operations that everyone must understand, but it could be enlarged, it could be broadened to many other operations, because the basic operations are 8. Rest, it could be broadened up to your requirement, up to your knowledge base. If you want to learn more operations, then it is up to you. So next is the 5 fundamental operations in relational algebra are: first of all, we are supposed to select the data from particular database. Next is to project the data. Next is Cartesian product, to combine two tables. Next is union. to combine, that could be operated on two tables. Cartesian product, simply product. Union mean to say we are supposed to unite two tables. Next is set difference. Set difference mean to say A minus B. In the same manner, we will operate it in the relational algebra. For most data retrieval operations that we are interested in. So I can say data operations are basic terms, but it is being relayed to the other operations if we want to know about the same. Next is, in addition, there are also joins. If you remember, we studied about joins in the lecture a day before, I think yesterday. Join, intersection, division operator, which can be expressed in the terms of 5 basic operations. So the function of each operation is illustrated in figure 4.1 on the next slide. I think here it is. Here it could be represented. I will show you later. The first is the selection and projection operations are unary operation. Unary mean to say that can operate on the single term, since they operate on one relation. That is what I said, since they operate on one relation. Next is the other operations work on the pair of relations and are therefore called binary operations. Pair means two. So it is called binary operation. So there are two types of operations, unary operation and binary operation. Now in the following definition on the next slide, let R and S be two relations. Okay, one is table name, that is given name R, one is table, that is given name S. So we are supposed to define various attributes for the same. Let's say A is the table and A is having elements A1, A2 up to AN, and B is another table which is having elements B1, B2, B3 up to B of M respectively. Okay. So first is unary operation. So first of all, unary is selection operator. Select mean to say select star from employee. Select star from employee mean to say, star mean to say we are selecting all the fields in that particular table. Select star from a particular table. Then next is projection operation. Now there are various operations that are being associated with set operations as well. What are those? That are union operation, set difference operation, intersection operation, Cartesian product operation. So first of all, next is third, join operations, in which there is theta equi join operations, natural join operations, left outer join operation, semi join operations. So fourth is division operation, simple A divided by B. In the same manner, we are supposed to operate it in the relational algebra. Next is aggregating and grouping operations, that is aggregate, and next is grouping operation. So this is the pictorial representation of all the operations that are being there in the relational algebra. So first is selection. Have a look at the selection, how we select the same. Next is projection. Third is Cartesian product, P into Q. Two tables are given and we are performing the product on the same. A multiplied by 1, A multiplied by 2, A multiplied by 3. Similarly, B multiplied by 1, B multiplied by 2. It is kind of a matrix multiplication, if you remember about the matrix multiplication. So this is the Cartesian product. Next is union operator, R union S. That is, this one is R and this one is S, but there is some common area in between both. Then that is selected as the R and S. So next is R and S. This is R and this is S. So this is the common thing that is present between the two, R and S. Union is to combine two different tables. Next is R and S. Next is R minus S. That is to set the difference. This is R, this is S, this is R minus S. This is R and S. This is whole R union S, because we are combining to making the union of two tables, R and S. All the records in the both the tables could be combined here. In this, only common records could be combined. In this, only differences could be present here. So next is, this is T table, this is U table. So this is the natural join if we are combining two tables, A, B, C. A, we are supposed to combine two tables by applying some condition. A, which is having the value, which is operating on the value 1, B is having the value 1. Okay, B is having the value 1, because if we are applying the join operator na, then there could be one single field that is being represented in the both the entities, mean to say it is having relationship in both the tables. Similarly, if I am talking about A and B and C, so I think B is holding the same content in the both tables, and it is the major point of contact between the two tables. How this is possible practically, that I have already shown you with the help of the queries. Now I am just giving you the pictorial representation of the relational algebra. So it could be A is 1 and C is 8 here. Yes, C is X here. Next, B is 2. So here it is absent, so we are not taking it. Next, A is equal to 1. Yes, A is equal to 1, and 1 is having y value y. So that is why it is being represented here. That is the natural join. We are skipping B because we are not finding any common value here. That is representing the B as a 2 value. So next is semi join. Next is semi join. How semi join could be operated? You can just have the look at all the slides that have been discussed. If you are having any query, you can ask me. I am giving you the time of 2 minutes. Okay, next we are coming to the joins. First is natural join. What is natural join? It is depicted here. Now you can have a look at the A and B, and A and B and C. So B is common. I think it could be a enrollment number, because that could be the main entity on which that is distinguishable, and we can, on that basis, we can relate two tables into the one. So in natural join, it is the set of tuples of all the combinations in both the tables, that is, just wait, T and U, both tables, that is T and U, that are equal on their common attribute name, and it will be denoted by this symbol. That is, just wait, I am writing it. I am writing it here. Just wait. I am finding a pen. It could be represented as like just wait. I am finding out the shapes. Yes, it could be represented. I think I could not find the relational algebra shapes here. The shapes that are related to the relational algebra. Okay, I find one. This one. This one, but you can tilt it. Okay, you can just tilt it. Wait, I am tilting it. Yes, in the wait. You can just tilt it in this way. I can represent the join. If I am having the moving option, then I can show you. It could be represented like this. In this manner, you are supposed to represent the joins. So next I am talking about the next join. Just you can write a query about the same, because I have already discussed about the mathematical description. Let's say you are given two tables, employee and salary table is given to you. Write down the query. You are supposed to perform join on employee and salary table, and you are supposed to select employee name comma salary. Write down the query. Employee name comma salary, and in bracket there will be the employee join salary. That could be there. So you are supposed to tell me the result of this query. What will be the result of this query? Let's say in employee table, there will be two entities, employee name ABC, employee code 10123. You can take any. Next is salary. And so you are supposed to check, there could be one attribute that is common in two tables. So employee code could be common. So again in salary, you are taking 101, 102, 103, and employee name is, salary is 5,000, 10,000, 15,000. So you are supposed to join two tables, and in the end you will get the result as two tables will be joined, and you will get employee code, employee name, and employee salary as a result. Just do this query very fast. I am giving you the time of 2 minutes. Next is you are supposed to operate the outer join. We have already discussed about the outer join mathematically. It is represented here. This one is the outer join. And outer join is having further types: left outer join, right outer join. So just have a look at this and you can perform the query. I have already discussed about mathematical concepts. The outer join operation is an extension of the join operation. It is used to deal with missing information. For example, you can operate it on these two tables. First is employee table. Second is factory workers. So write down what could be there in the employee table. It could be employee name, street, city. So next is factory workers. That is employee name, branch, salary. So output will be employee join factory workers. So what will be that? 3 records will be there. So what is left outer join, what is right outer join, and what is full outer join? Now I am going to discuss about the same, and I am going to give you the queries about the same. You are going to operate it. So next is left outer join. This is represented here. Left outer join. It will contain the set of tuples of all combinations in T and U that are equal on their common attribute name. And in the left outer join, tuple in T have no matching tuples in U. So it will be denoted by left hand side. I can show you. Just wait. If I am supposed to write it here, anything. Edit text. Just wait. It could be like left and left. It could be like this, left and left. The arrows could be shifted outward toward the left. And if I am talking about right, then it could be shifted toward the right, but not on the left. So just have a look. You are supposed to operate these two queries. I am giving you the time. Okay, I am giving you the query. Write down. I have given you the example of employee and factory workers table, and I have already dictated about the fields. What could be the fields of these two tables? Now you are supposed to perform queries like employee, left outer join, factory worker. Now tell me the result. Employee, left outer join, factory workers. Just combine these two tables by applying join on the left hand side. So what will be the result? Employee, factory workers. So in the end, we will get 4 records. Ram, Sham, Hari, Ravi. Street will be given, city will be given, branch will be given, and salary will be given. So next is right outer join. The right outer join contain the set of tuples of all combinations in T and U that are equal on their common attribute name. So in right outer join, tuples in U have no matching tuples in S. So it is denoted by right outer join. That is, I am going to tell you the same here. It could be represented by arrow that is shifted toward right and shifted toward the right. So write a query about the same employee, right outer join, factory workers. What will be the result? Tell me. That is in 4th record, that is Kuber, that was presented on the Kuber. Yes, Kuber. That was not being present. It could be represented with null values, as we have already discussed in mathematical syntax of the queries. So next is full outer join. Full outer join means to say it is having arrows on the both sides, on the left hand side and right hand side as well. Now you are supposed to operate this query on both the tables, employee and factory workers, and tell me the result. So it will be deducing values. 4 records will be there, out of which 2 records will be having null values. Next is equijoin. Equal to, that is equijoin. It is also called inner join. In this, we are supposed to combine 2 tables. Let's say we are given with the table in which there is the customer relation. Class ID is given, name is given, and product table is there in which product ID is given and city is given. So the input will be customer join product. So the output will be class ID 123, name ABC, product ID 123, city Delhi, Mumbai, Noida. So in this manner, you are supposed to calculate the join. So this is the pictorial representation. You can take a picture, you can take a snapshot of the slide so that it would be easy for you to understand the same. I am giving you the time of 2 minutes. Just have a look. Next is I am moving forward with unary operators. What are unary operator? Unary, as the name implies, single relation, because we are talking about relational algebra, so we are concerned with relations here. So a operation that could be operate on, or I can operate that I can there could be one relation that could be operated with the unary operator. So unary means one relation could be fed. So it is concerned with the selection or restriction operator. Selection mean to say I am supposed to select. So let's say I am given with the employee table, and employee ID, employee name, employee salary will be there. Let's say there are 3 attributes. Now what is select meaning here? Select mean to say if I am supposed to raise query on the employee ID or employee name or employee salary. So what would be my requirement? According to that, I am selecting those attributes from the relational table. So select is concerned with either you are supposed to select one column, or you are supposed to select 2 columns or 3 depending on your requirement, or there is also a provision to select all the columns by using star function. Star operator is there. Star means I am operating this query on all the fields that are available in that particular table. So the unary operator operates on single relation, and it could be represented with this sigma symbol. Sigma symbol is there. So I can say this is the 9 को tilt किया हुआ है, तो 9 is tilted here. So it could be represented with this symbol that is also called predicate, and it is representing the relation. So this symbol is representing the whole relation. That is, we can operate this symbol over this relation. So the selection operation works on the single relation. That is true. The selection operator sigma is operating on the single relation R and defines a relation that contains only those tuples of R that satisfy the specified condition. Now what does predicate here? Predicate mean to say we are supposed to predict something with some conditions. So use it as the layman. You can use layman language here. So we are using this symbol. Okay, we are using this symbol to represent the selection. Okay, predicate mean to say there is certain condition that is being written here, so that we can operate this symbol over this relation with the help of some condition. Let's say if I require only date, I am supposed to operate this operator on only 2 fields that are present in the table, then I can use that as a predicate, that as a condition, that I am going to fed this relation with the help of a certain condition. So if you do not understand about this unary operator, you can ask me. I am giving you the time of 1 minute. Again, I am repeating what is unary operator. That operator on single relation, it could be represented with the help of the symbol sigma. There could be a predicate with the same predicate, mean to say it is going to specify the condition that I am going to put on the particular table while I am fetching a data. So R is the relational table that is containing the information, and it is a table on which I am going to apply certain conditions with the help of the operator. So have a look at this. So next is, these are snapshots that I have given it to you in, that are present in the slide. It's better now. Now have a look at the selection operation query. Instance mean to say example of the dream home rental database. Okay, there is the database for staff that is given to us. Okay, what does it hold? It hold various attributes, that is staff number, first name, initial name, next is position, next is sex, next is date of birth, next is salary, next is branch number. So these are 9 to 10 attributes that are related with the dream home rental database. So next is various records that are there, so that they can be, these attributes could be justified. So staff number are representing here, first name is there, in a initial name is there, position is mentioned here, so either he is a female, that is gender is specified here, next date of birth, salary, branch number is there. Now I am going to use select operator. Now what does select operator means? List all staff with a salary, list all staff with a salary. All staff mean to say that are present here in the database, but there is a condition that is being associated with the same. So there is a predicate, list all the staff. Yes, I am going to represent the staff, but there is the condition that is given on the salary. So here I am presenting a condition over the salary attribute, whose salary is greater than 10,000 pound. So 10,000 से greater जिनकी salary है, that I am going to represent in the output. So what will be the salary? My query selection operation will be there. I am putting salary that is greater than 10,000, and out of the staff is the relational table. I hope you understand this query. If you could not understand, tell me, I am again repeating it. Again, I am saying you how to operate the selection operation. This is the query that is given for your reference, and this is the answer of the query, that is operator sigma salary greater than 10,000, and on at which I am going to operate this condition. There is obviously a staff table that is given to me. So this is the table. So who are having greater than 10,000 salary, that will be presented. Out of these two will be removed. SL41 and SA9. These two records will be removed, and rest 4 records will be the answer of this query. So if you are having any query, then do let me know. So here is the output, 4 records are there. Here the input relation is staff and the predicate is salary greater than 10,000. The selection operation defines a relation. Selection operation defines a relation containing only those staff tuples with a salary greater than 10,000. The result of this operation is shown in this. More complex predicates can be generating using the logical and or not operator. So just have a look at this query and its interpretation. So next is projection. projection, as the name implies, it is concerned with removing the duplicates. It is concerned with removing the duplicates. So what does it say? It could be represented with the pi symbol by applying various conditions here. Then there is the table R on which I am going to operate this symbol. So the projection operation works on the single relation R and defines a relation that contains the vertical subset of R, extracting the values of specified attributes and the eliminating duplicating tuples. So what will be the answer? What will be the answer? We are going to operate it. Just have a look at this. This is what the projection operator is. Just have a look. Produce a list of salaries, okay, for all the staff, showing only the staff number, first name, initial name, and salary details. So there will be various conditions or various attributes at which the particular condition is applied, and this is the table on according to these attributes at which I am supposed to fed these conditions. So pi is the pi is the symbol of the projection. These are the attributes on which I am going to operate this operator with the help of the relation staff. So table is represented here, relation is represented here, but I am going to operate on the various attributes of this staff relation. So those attributes are mentioned here. That is pi, staff number, yes, first name, okay, initial name, and salary of the staff. But produce a list of salaries for all are there. So these are the entries that are already given to us, and we are providing with the solution. This is the answer. We are only supposed to fed operation on staff number, first name, initial name, and salary. So we are going to get the details about the same, or we are going to fetch the details about the same. If you are having any query regarding projection and selection, we have discussed only two operators of the relational algebra, that is selection and projection. Selection mean to say to select by using certain condition. Projection mean to say I am removing duplicates. I am going to apply that particular condition on various attributes with respect to a particular table that is presented to me in the relational table, in the relational database management system. If you are having any query, then do let me know. Next is set operator, union operators. Union operator mean to say I am going to give you the layman example. If let's say R is the set, S is the set, R is having elements 1, 2, 3, and S is having the element 4, 5, 6. So if I am applying R union S, then the elements will be another set. It will be another set that is having element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in this way I am going to apply the union operator. So it is very basic operator, and you can easily operate it because you have studied about same operators in your discrete mathematics subject. So this is how does it operate. Just wait. At operator, union operator. Yes, this is how does it operate. We are going to operate this table or operate this relation on two tables that are being presented to us. So this is the union operation, interpretation of the union operation. List all the cities where there is either a branch office or a property for rent. So pi, city, branch, union, pi, city, property for rent. Because we are given only condition, we are presented with the or. Either I am going to present this or I am going to present this. So I am going to combine, provide a union relation on both the properties, or I can say branch and property for rent. So this is branch, this is property for rent. So what will be the answer? This is the answer, because I am going to deduce the, just wait, I am going to deduce the, I am just shortening it. Okay. Now I think this is visible. To produce union compatible relation, we first use the projection operation to project the branch and property for rent relation over the attribute city, eliminating the duplicates where necessary. We then use the union operation to combine these new relations to produce the result as shown in the, so city will be London, Glasgow and Bristol. So this was all about your today's class. If you are having any query, then do let me know. So this is the book that is given for your reference, a book by Korth. It is available in the Gyan Vihar University library. So you can get it issued there. So next is MCQ is given for your reference. 10 MCQs are there. You are supposed to do the same. And you are supposed to submit me the answers via my email ID. So here are the MCQs that are given for your reference. Just have a look at those. So this was all about my today's lecture. Have a nice day. Thank you.